6 players from the Singapore Football SEA Games squad are facing disciplinary punishment after they broke curfew last Sunday while in the Philippines. The incident happened on the evening after the team's 3-0 loss to Thailand, which at that time almost confirmed their elimination from the SEA Games.
CNA understands the players were caught after a photo was taken when they were outside after 11 p.m. and sent to the Football Association of Singapore. The Singapore National Olympic Council says the 6 players were given a stern formal warning and will face disciplinary hearings upon their return to Singapore after the SEA Games.
Yeah, so the Lions may be out of the running in the men's football competition, but one huge task still awaited them as they took on Brunei in their final Group B match, trying to end on a good streak. They managed to break their scoring duck. Captain Irfan Fandi Julie took care of it with a towering header 3 minutes in. It's their first goal in the whole competition, and the goal quenching of a drought of 379 scoreless minutes. Brunei then had a man sent off early in the second half, and that opened the floodgates. Irfan, joined on the score sheet by his younger sibling Iksan. A crisp strike it was as well. 5 more goals were plundered into Brunei's net. 2 of them arrived in stoppage time and both scored by Iksan, which gives him a hat-trick and the match ball. 7-0 it ended to Singapore.
Trying to make up for all that lost goals. Okay, now Singapore wrapped up day 2 of swimming by adding another 4 goals, and the story of the day came in the men's 50-meter butterfly, where Joseph Schooling was upstaged by teammate Tiong Zenwei. So all eyes were on Schooling as the Olympic champion made his first appearance at this Games. But Tiong clearly wasn't following the script. He flew off the blocks in lane 4 and emerged from the water with a narrow lead. Schooling, who was to Tiong's right, at first kept up with the pace and seemed to narrow the gap with each stroke. Towards the end, you can see he dug deep into his reserves for the last one push, but Tiong somehow fended off the challenge with a time of 23.55 seconds. That's just 0.06 of a second quicker than Schooling, who remains the Asian and SEA Games record holder.
Sometimes the 50 is just touch and go, right? I didn't even know how it happened, so sometimes it just lines up perfectly, and I guess today it did.
Oh, for sure, man. Like, who doesn't get disappointed when they lose? But at the same time, like, it's good to see my teammate up there. And like I said, we're gonna have some good races, some bad races. The best thing you can do is just brush it off and look for the next one.
In the women's 200-meter breaststroke, Singapore's Christy May Chu swam the fastest race of her career to emerge champion. At 2 minutes 28.71 seconds, she was ahead of the nearest challenger by more than 2 seconds. This is a new Games record and Singapore's first gold in this event since 2007.
In the women's 50-meter backstroke, teenager Eleanor Pedersen also clinched gold. The 15-year-old touched the wall in a time of 29.40 seconds. Vietnam and Indonesia took silver and bronze.
No, it's just like focusing on the race and making sure you execute well. It doesn't matter like the rank, it's just as long as you try your best.
Singapore's women's team sealed the 4th gold in the 4x200-meter freestyle relay. They emerged victorious in a battle with rivals Thailand, winning in a Games record of 8 minutes 7 seconds. The team have set a new national and Games record.
Another successful day of swimming for Team Singapore with 4 golds and 3 national records. Now, to help me talk through the day's events, I've got the swimming head coach Stefan Vadmer with me. Stefan, thanks for joining me today. What do you make of the performances for the Singapore athletes today?
It was a massive night. We're very happy with the results tonight, 4 gold and 1 silver, and particularly some of the younger ones coming through, some of them who have never won before, like Elena in the 50 back and turn a breaststroke, Chrissy with a new national record. We had 3 national records tonight broken as well, particularly a 4x2 freestyle relay, another national record, again faster, shows step our team.
I have to ask though about Joseph Schooling. I think it's the first time that he hasn't won a gold medal since the 2011 SEA Games. What do you make of his performances and how do you think he can recover to be better?
I mean, today another swimmer was better, and that every now and then it happens. That's why we have these championships. He executed parts of the race really well, but then someone else put it on to him, particularly in the start, and he had to chase me, catch me if he can, what Tiong played with him, and he got to the wall quicker. There's a few things we talked about when we want to turn around for the 100 fly, but it was a 50 specialist against 100 specialists as well.
Well, as Coach Stefan was saying, that Joseph Schooling still has a chance to redeem himself when he takes part in the 100-meter butterfly. That's his pet event on Friday. So plenty still of action to come for swimming. But for now, this is Ahmad Khan, New Clark City, Philippines.
The underwater hockey players won another 2 gold medals today. That's what you're watching right there. In the women's 6-on-6 final, Singapore, seen here in white, beat Philippines with a score of 3-0. And the men's team also emerged victorious in the 6-on-6 final, edging out Indonesia 4-3. On Wednesday, Singapore also claimed golds in the 4-on-4 events. This is the first time the sport is included in the games.
Onto Pencak silat. Hasmin Yusli struck gold in the men's class B tanding final. The 18-year-old dominated his Vietnamese rival, notching a score of 4-1 to clinch victory. It's the silat team's second gold in the Philippines.
A groundbreaking moment to savor as ESports made its SEA Games debut. Over the next 5 days, the region's toughest gamers will battle it out for 6 gold medals across 3 categories. That's the PC, console and mobile, each featuring 2 video games. And it was in the Mobile Legends Bang Bang matchup that Malaysia and Vietnam played to a draw. ESports got the green light after featuring as a demonstration sport in the 2018 Asian Games in Indonesia. Sanctioned by the International Olympic Committee, all eyes, or a lot of attention certainly, will be on how this competition unfolds. All nations except Timor-Leste and Brunei have sent their representatives to Manila.
All right, so let's take a look at the medal tally right now. Singapore came in strong after winning golds from swimming, Pencak silat and sambo today. Host Philippines still lead the standings, followed by Vietnam and Indonesia.